All right, guys, how are you? We are, I don't even know what week we are in today, but it's Jessica Lux Navarro, and we are here on this Thursday night with our workshop, social media workshop. Remember, you can invite anybody to these workshops and just add them to the channel or send them the link um, so they can come learn. I was thinking, and it was just an idea for some of you guys that are local. I am so passionate about, before we start into this, let me just tell you about my idea for the local people. I'm so passionate about network marketing and entrepreneurship that I thought about like gathering like once or twice a year with entrepreneurs or network marketers from the area just to like hang out. And I'm like, that would be so cool. So I'm sure that Eva is gonna be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because I know she's very like that too. So I was thinking about that today. I don't know how it will play out or anything, but it was just a thought. And I thought I'd like voice it to you guys so you could give me your input. You guys can tell me like if it's a good idea or not, and we could do it. I know Nayeli, she's more like in the south, I think. So we could do it somewhere like where it's in the middle of like where everybody can come. And it's not just like close to me or close to, it could be like the center of like LA or something like that, where everybody is. It's not so far away for everybody. So I don't know. I really don't know how far you are from me. It's not that far though. It's just probably like a few hours. But yeah, I thought about that, and I'm like, that would be so cool to just get together with other entrepreneurs. And right, we should build a community out there in Canada too. That would be great. And obviously not everybody on here is in California. Some people from Texas too. So it's a bummer. But hey, take that idea and make it happen in your area too. I think it's a fun idea. But today I want to talk about building influence, and it's something that for a long time I struggled with, because, okay, before I go into it, in the chat, tell me what you think influence is. Like one word, or just tell me what you think influence is. Just put it there in the chat. A lot of people have the misconception of what influence is, because of what influencers are now. So a lot of people have the wrong idea about influence. So I'm just curious to know, giving value to others, I like that. And then Eva said inspiring others, show, teach. Okay, great. We're on the right path. Okay, so far I don't see anybody like with the wrong idea. So that's good. We're good. A lot of people think that influence is having a number of followers. Like, for example, makeup influencers, right? Makeup influencers have millions of followers. So because you have millions of followers, it makes you an influencer. That is not influence. Influence is what you can give to people. So there's a lot of misconception on that. And because there's a misconception on the word influence and how you can influence others, your self-esteem gets in the way. So when you're thinking about, I can influence people because I'm nothing, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not where I want to be yet, or whatever the reason is, because we have an image about influence that is basically created by society, or you guys know what I mean, right? Like, we think that influence is the power of numbers that you have, or the amount of numbers that you have. So just, if you're in that phase of influence, it's okay. We all start probably in that phase, especially when we get in the business industry, whether it's network marketing, whether it's traditional business. We want to build influence for our business to help it grow. And then we don't know where to start because we don't know what to offer, or we think less of us We think less than of us because of what we have in our head, that what influence should look like. But instead, influence looks way different. Influence is what you can give to people. Eva said inspiration. Somebody else, I think Cynthia or somebody on the Yelly said it was value, teaching value. And that's more of like the correct path of what influence is and what I want you guys to show for your business. And this is going to help you win friends genuinely. And also remember this, whatever I'm saying here, if I forget to mention the part that this all must feel genuine, it cannot be fake. Just, I'm saying it now, that whatever I'm going to share with you guys today, it has to be genuine. You cannot fake influence. You cannot fake a relationship. You cannot fake any of this. Okay. So influence is like breathing. Now you can breathe right now because I know probably when I said that influence is like breathing, you're like, holy crap, it's that easy. Yes, it's that easy because I'm breathing right now and all of you guys are breathing right now. You're not even thinking about it, right? So that's what influence should look like. You shouldn't even think about it. It should just be natural. That leads to the number one rule: be authentic. Be authentic. Now, it's okay. It's okay to have alter egos. It's okay, just a little bit. But you want to be, for the most part in your business, not for the most part, for like the 98% of your business, you want to be authentic. You want to be your true self. Now, if we're right now on a Zoom or I'm in a live or I show a picture of me, you kind of get an idea of who I am. But if we are in Cancun and we have a couple drinks, you might see a little bit of like another person that I am. You'll see the party side or another person of who I am, but that's still genuinely me. Okay, some of you guys know that I can take tequila with you guys because we can drink tequila sometimes, right? And I know somebody here is like, yes, yes, yes. I'm not gonna say her name, but you just have to be authentic. So make sure that in every aspect of your influence and your business, you're being your authentic self. Do not fall into that. It's happened to me, okay? Do not fall into that. You want to be like that person because that person's having success with that thing. But that thing that she's doing may not be authentically you. So it might not work for you. Whatever that person's doing may be working for her because it's authentic and it's natural and it's coming out with passion. So if you attempt to be like somebody else, or it's okay to copy, you want to be a copycat in your business when you're learning, but you have to take ideas and make them your own. So you don't want to like just in your head be like, I want to be like that person. I want to do things like that person. I want to look like that person. I want to make videos like that person. I want to talk like that person. Like, it's okay to take ideas, but don't think that you have to be exactly like that person in order for you to reach that level of success or whatever it is that you're admiring from that person. It has to feel authentic to you. So if you see somebody doing something that you're like, that is a great idea, and I can do that. I'm gonna do that idea with my special twist, and that's gonna come out authentic. Okay, so always, always, always remember that authenticity is gonna help you build influence. And again, this can be in any type of business. I was just thinking earlier, when I was thinking about what I was going to talk today, I don't have a little store around here. No, I haven't had that here yet. Maybe I'm way too much inside my apartment. I don't know. But when I was in the other apartment, where I used to live, I had this little corner store. And then when I was missing, like, sugar or coffee or breadcrumbs or mayonnaise or ketchup, like because it was a little small, like, grocery stores, that they have like a little bit of everything. It was like a liquor store. Mine is a liquor. So when I would go to her store, she will always ask me, and how are you today? And I'm like, great. And what about your kids? I'm like, they're doing really good. And she was always caring about how I felt. And she would make me want to go over there. There was times where I could have just taken my car and drove it, like take a ride to the Vallarta, like the market around there, to buy whatever things that I needed for a cheaper price. But because she won my heart, I will go to her store the majority of the time. So even in traditional businesses, you want to, like, that lady truly cares for people. And this is how much she cares for people. And that's why people keep coming to her. She has a little booklet like this where if you don't have enough money to pay for what you came for, she'll write it down and you can pay it later. And the way that I found that out is because one time I walked out of my apartment without enough cash. So then she's like, it's okay. I'll write it down right here and you just give it to me next time. And I'm like, no, I will be right back and I will bring you the money. And then she opened the book and I can see like IOUs from people, like from the neighborhood. And I'm like, she has such a great heart, because nobody would do that. Like, trust me, like, if you go to the store and you don't have 25 cents, you cannot take it. But that lady would be like, just go. I got you. Give it to me later. So guess what that lady was doing? She was influencing me. She won me with good intentions. That's what you want to do for people in your business. Again, no matter if it's network marketing, if it's traditional business, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to be able to have that type of impact with people, building relationships. Yes. So that was the next thing that I was going to touch. The most important thing in your business is building relationships. That also took a really long time for me to figure out, because you can get so wrapped up in wanting to build influence on social media. So you're doing all these posts and you're doing all these videos and you're doing all these lives and you're taking pictures like this and you're doing this and you're doing that. And then you're expecting all these views, right? You're expecting all these likes. And then you go and look at somebody's live, like an influencer, and they're live and they have like 3K people watching her, like, just put lipstick on, or I don't know, gossip or whatever. And you're like, how the heck did she get so many viewers? Well, let me tell you something. Before she got there, she was building relationships. And those relationships helped her grow her network. So building relationships with people, it's really important. And again, it has to be authentic and it has to be genuine. If I don't like you, if I don't vibe with you, I will call it, I cannot build a relationship for fake, just to get some of your followers, or to get some of, not some of your followers, but like if I see somebody has 5,000 friends, I'm like, oh, I want to build a relationship with her so she can recommend me, her friends, to me, and I'll do the same for her. I kind of don't like her vibe. She looks like a little ratchet, or I don't know, she's this, she's that. It's not me. It doesn't go with my values, but I still want to build a relationship with her because she has a big following. And I think we both can benefit from each other. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because it's not genuine. It's not authentic. So make sure that you remember that. Build genuine relationships. If you don't like somebody, don't keep them in your network just because you hope to build a relationship. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So always stay building relationships. And when it comes to social media, how do you build relationships? Well, maybe you don't have time to be talking to 10,000 friends, or let's just keep it to like an average number, 2,000 friends on Facebook. You can be talking to all 2,000 friends, right? But throughout the weeks, throughout the months, you can like, comment, interact with them. Send them a message, a hello message. I hope your day is going. I hope your day is going wonderful. If they comment on your stuff, go comment back. That's how you build relationships on social media. And an in-person business, it's a little bit different. You want to but like an in-person business, like if I were to have a store like this lady that I was telling you, I want to also make sure that I'm showing my personality to these people, and I want to show them that I care. So they tell their neighbors or fellow people in the apartments, or like, oh, go to that little store. She has everything and she's so nice. Just she has ice. Go get some ice from her. Or, that's how they get more customers. Now I live like 15 minutes away from her, and I take drives out there just to buy something from her that nobody else has. I could get it online, but it's a Mexican product that in other areas they don't have, but I can get it on Amazon. But I drive to her to get it from her because I like her, because she created a relationship with me. And I'll drive 15 minutes to get that product that Amazon can deliver in my door and just leave it there. And it might even be cheaper, but I drive to her because she built a relationship with me. So in person, you want to make sure that you're also doing that. You're showing great customer service. Always, always show great customer service. That saying that customers are always right. Not all the time. There's sometimes where you need to put the stop and not let people step all over you. And I'll give you an example, like for my husband at work. Some rich kid just came to demand things, and his coffee wasn't made right. And I don't know. I don't even think it was a mistake. He gave orders on how to get his coffee, and it wasn't how he wanted it. So he started yelling at my husband. Next thing you know, he's like, my sweater is worth more than you. Like, that's when you have to draw the line, and the customer is not right. But that person doesn't deserve customer service. They deserve the boot. But you want to make sure that you're giving customer service. If somebody tells you, this foundation, I put it on and it gets cakey and it makes my skin feel dry, I don't like it. You're going to say, well, I don't know, you need skincare. You probably need to buy lotion for your face so it's not dry. It's nothing wrong with my foundation. It's you. They're going to be like, what the hell? What? Instead, you could be like, let me call customer service and figure out what we can do for you so we can get you a refund. Okay, that's customer service. Okay, you solve their problems by, even if they're wrong, because you know that if the foundation is making them cakey, is because they probably need a good moisturizer. And then after you fix their problem, just tell them, since you have dry skin, you might benefit from this moisturizer to help hydrate your skin. And they'll be like, huh, okay, let me get it. That's how you build influence too. Great customer service. Treat people right. Be nice to people all the time, genuinely. Like, you don't even have to think about being nice. You just gave me a great idea. You don't have to even think about being nice if you have genuine relationships. I think all of you guys here, I know each other. I know you guys personally. Yes, everybody on here, I know them. I know you personally. And we most likely build a relationship. And I guarantee you, it's 100% genuine. Because if I don't like you, I can't talk to you. I really can't. I just blocked somebody yesterday that I don't like. Because I don't like it. I don't like that person. We don't vibe. The way that person posts, and it's not that I don't like her, our energies are completely different, and I don't even want to see her post. So she didn't do nothing wrong to me, and I didn't do nothing wrong to her, but we don't vibe, and I don't even have that in my network. I don't even want to see it because we're not vibing. So just giving you examples, okay? Another way to build influence is the act of giving influence. Now, how do I explain this? How do I explain this one? So maybe when you want to edify somebody, I introduced you to, for example, let me introduce you to Ro. And I can say this person is very, very knowledgeable in stocks. This person is very knowledgeable in whatever it is. He is a great coach with the stock market and all that stuff. And I edify this person, and I introduced you to this person. I gave him the influence. I didn't get the kudos for me. I gave him the influence. Guess what's that? Guess what is that? Guess what that is going to do? That's going to create value for me because I gave you value. I recommended you someone that is better than me at something, and you're going to appreciate me. And I genuinely did that. That's how you also create influence. You give influence to somebody else. Like if I don't know if Daisy was here earlier. I don't know if she's here, but let's say we're neighbors, and somebody comes and tells me, "Would you do my makeup this Saturday? I have a wedding," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do it. For sure, I'll do it." Or I could be like, I have this neighbor that she is amazing at makeup, and she can do great glamorous makeup for the wedding. Come over. It's my neighbor. We'll get you done. I gave her influence. I gave her influence. And then she's gonna walk out here happy. And guess what? I gave Daisy a new contact, a new person to network, and I gave value to somebody else, so they're going to appreciate me. You guys following me here with this? So in order to get influence, you have to give influence. In order to get influence, you have to give influence. What are other examples I can use? I could use this one, but it has a but, okay? Influencers, like product influencers, they're giving me influence. Some of them are really genuine. So let me start with, I want to say Jeffree Star, because I feel like when he used to do product reviews, he used to be really, really genuine. So let me use him as an example, as an influencer. If he were to use a product from Sephora, he'll put it on and tell you if it's good or not. If it's really good, he will tell you where to go get it. If it's not good, he would just be like, put it away. So You want to give influence to people by recommending things that are going to solve a problem in a way. Now, I'm not asking you to go look for anything to solve people's problem, but look in your business. How can you solve somebody's problem? And if it might not even have to do anything with your business at times. It could have to do with something else. It could have to, it might not even be related to your business. It might be related to anything else. But a lot of social media influencers do it for the money. So they'll try it out and be like, they're called social media influencers just because somebody sent them a PR package. They're going to put it on their face, and that person's going to receive sort of like a benefit for showcasing the product. That's not the influence I'm talking about. The influence I'm talking about is recommending something that you love. Okay, and it doesn't always have to be with your business. It could have to do with your business, but it doesn't always have to do with your business. I can tell you, like, this is an example, and this is the weirdest thing. This is the weirdest thing, and it just popped in my head. I don't know why. Maybe because I post a lot about, well, not lately. I feel like before COVID, I would post a lot about me going out to eat. But there was somebody in my area, and they asked me, where do they have a good taco place? Now, I know I live in the area, but they could have just gone to Google. They could have just gone to Google and searched for like the 5 stars. But they asked me for a reason. And then guess what? I sent them to this really good spot. And guess what? They loved it. And that created influence. Because I shared something that I love. And if I wouldn't have known that answer, I would have been like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm new to the area, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm able to pass on this message as, because it was confusing for me when I heard it. It was really confusing for me to understand it. There's a mentor that I follow, and she will be live, and somebody will say, oh, these are really nice lashes, and she'll tell you where to get them. Or they're like, oh, those leggings are bomb, and they're like, oh, you can get the leggings with this person. And she's edifying other people, or she's sending people there. With this part, there can be no scarcity around it. There cannot be. Okay, it's making sense. There can be scarcity around it. Oh, Cynthia commented. That's perfect too. Recently she was sharing a product, and I shared that product too in my social media. I was having no scarcity. I wasn't thinking, oh my God, people are going to go buy from her instead of buying from me. No, I still shared it because somebody might need it, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. So let me see. I don't want to go into all the stuff that I have here in the notes. I will tell you the book to go read so you can see everything that I have here in my notes. But the other thing that I have here is that when you give influence in many ways, there's so many ways to give influence. Let me give you another example before I say this, before I have what I have right here. Make sure that you're treating people with respect 100% of the time. And not only on social media, or not only for business, but practice it also at home with the people that surround you, because you're also influencing them. You're influencing your children, you're influencing your husband, you're influencing your mom, you're influencing the people around you. So let's say my parents are learning English. Okay. And my dad comes to me and he starts speaking English to me. And then I say, oh, you have really bad accent. You're really not good at it. Nope. Just stop talking because you sound really bad. That's the opposite of giving influence or building or giving somebody influence. That's the complete opposite. But if he comes to me and he practices his English and I say, man, you have really improved. You're doing a great job. Now, I would start speaking even more to start diminishing the accent. But you're doing amazing. How did that sound? Sounds way different, right? It sounds way different. Now, when and this is in every part of life, because sometimes when you want to give advice, you want to be real to people, like you want to give a positive, or not a positive, but like a genuine response, but you don't want to be rude. You don't want to put people down. You don't want to be that person put Peter Popper. You don't want to be that person putting people down. That was a tongue twister. You don't want to put people down. So just remember that when you want to help somebody out by pointing out a little flaw that they have, that you're careful with your words, because you'll do the opposite of being a person of influence to that person. Okay, so you can say, if somebody comes and asks you, how did I do makeup? Don't just say, oh, you look beautiful. They're asking you for a reason, right? Say, you know what? You're doing an amazing job. It looks really good, but practice a little bit more, like keep practicing more on the blending. It takes time. So you're doing amazing. You're doing great. I love how it looks. Just keep practicing on the blending. That is building influence. Okay. When you give influence to people, it comes back naturally. When you get it, when you finally get that back, you give the influence first. You got to give. But when it comes back to you by the universe, by the law of attraction, by whatever it is, that whatever you give, you receive, right? That's the saying, whatever you give, you receive. When you give, and you finally get it back, it comes so natural that you're like, where does this come from? It almost feels surreal. Okay, so that's how you're going to gain influence over the people that you want to grow relationships with, or if you want to grow your business in a really massive way, you gotta give first. Okay, now the book that I'm reading and I'm still not done with, it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You can find it on Audible. That's where I got it. Some of this information, I didn't get it from that book. I got it. I have notes from that book, but you know what? I kind of don't want to go into details with that one, because it goes a little bit more into leadership, and I don't want to confuse you guys. For example, this one that says ask questions instead of giving orders, that's more like into leadership influence. So that's why I don't want to confuse you, because I want this to be like a workshop of building influence, like the very beginning of building influence, so you can start having an idea of what things you can do. The big major thing that you want to do is give. They give you a heart in your post, go give it back. They gave you a comment, go give it back. They shared you, go share something of theirs. Whatever they gave you, go return it. And that's how it's going to like keep coming. And that's how it's going to keep flowing. Okay. And then maybe if we want to get into this even deeper, we can in the future do it into like a book club with this book, because then it goes into influence with leadership. Like I said right here, how ask questions instead of giving orders it's more like a leadership stuff, a leadership tip, or a type of influence. So does anybody have any questions? Because I think I covered a lot of like little nuggets here and there. And let me look at the chat. Let me look at the chat real quick. And you know what? Actually, I can stop recording because I know